Om Tang Vaishnavi Shakti Rananta Vidya Vishasya Bijang Paramasimaya Sammohitang Devi Samastametat Tvang Vai Prasanna Bhuvirmuktir Hetuhu. O Mother, thou art the great primal energy, the source of infinite strength. Thou art the seed of the world and illusion divine. Thou hast enchanted the whole universe, O Goddess Supreme, by thy deluding charms, and yet being propitious, thou bestowest salvation upon the world. Good morning. Today the title of the talk is Reflections on Mahashakti, Guidance for a Seeker's Heart. You know that generally in the month of the October we celebrate the worship of Goddess Durga, and around that time we also discuss on the glory of Mother. So today in this discussion we'll try to think upon the Mahashakti, the great divine power, and we look for some guidance from our holy books, scriptures, that will satisfy a seeker's heart. So this discussion is connected with the thought, the meditation, the contemplation on Mahashakti, the great energy, the great strength, the divine energy, and we look for some guidance from our scriptures that will help in our spiritual life. So, in this verse, we have find a noble vision, a sublime thought, sublime vision, that the Mother, Mahashakti, here celebrated as both the creative power and the liberating light. So, she is the creator, and yet being propitious, thou bestowest salvation upon the world. Not only our spiritual understanding, but also in our modern science, too, speaks of universe woven of energy. The modern science says that. Matter being but its condensed form, endlessly transforming, yet ever one. This relationship between matter and energy, it stands at the foundation of modern physics, modern science, shaping our understanding for the universe from subatomic level to cosmic phenomena. Historically regarded as distinct entities, matter and energy were unified, probably first time by the theory of relativity, probably, we think so. And afterwards, we find some subsequent developments in quantum field theory, thermodynamics, and cosmology. In classical thought, matter was conceived as the substance of things. It must be solid, tangible, and enduring matter, something solid. While energy denoted some motion, force, or activity. That was our idea long ago. But when these discoveries came, the theory of relativity or maybe the thermodynamics, and quantum mechanics, so it dissolved the sharp boundary between two things, between matter and energy. The modern scientific worldview now regards matter and energy as interconvertible manifestations of a deeper reality. The unification of matter and energy carries philosophical significance also. It challenges materialistic conceptions of substance and invites a dynamic view of reality as process and transformation. In this light, now matter is not a passive stuff, but an event, a localized expression of energy fields. Interestingly, classical Indian thought systems, philosophical systems, particularly within Sankhya, Vedanta, and Tantra tradition, had long conceived of reality as a dynamic interplay between consciousness, that we call Chit, energy, sometimes in different philosophical systems, sometimes we call Shakti or Prana, and sometimes when we talk about material manifestation, we have heard some words like Prakriti or Dravya. In Sankhya system, it describes the universe as the interaction of two principles. One is Purusha, another is Prakriti. What is Purusha? The pure consciousness. And Prakriti, that is primordial material energy. In Sankhya system, we are talking about Sankhya system. Prakriti is dynamic, composed of three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Satya means equilibrium, Rajas means activity, and Tamas is inertia. All forms of matter and life evolve through the transformation of Prakriti. If we think about modern scientific terms, we can say that Prakriti may be seen as a conceptual precursor to the idea of energy fields, the dynamic matrix from which material phenomena arise from Prakriti. Some kind of similarity we can see. And if we talk about Shakti, the idea of Shakti or Mahashakti, the great Shakti. So in Vedanta and Tantra, we have seen that it depends the vision. Whatever we have seen in Sankhya, when we read Tantra or Vedanta, we can see more deeper thought inside that. So, according to Vedanta or Tantra, this energy, Shakti, is the active aspect of the absolute. Absolute means, in Vedanta we call it Brahman, and in Tantra we call Shiva. Here Brahman, there Shiva. And both of the cases we call Shakti, the dynamic aspect of that consciousness. The Shiva-Shakti relationship mirrors the scientific understanding of potential and manifested energy. Consciousness as the static pole, sthira, and energy as the dynamic expression. Even in Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, in simple language, Sri Ramakrishna talked about that. So, two words like that, there's a play of words. Matter is like murti, solid, something form, is but Shakti made gross. Shakti, it is dynamic. When it becomes gross, it becomes as a murti, Hmm. The great yogis of India, not like physical instructors. Here, yogi means that perfected seers of the science of the self have since prehistoric times directly realized through the discipline of meditation and yoga. This conscious supreme power who pervades the entire universe and manifests herself in countless forms. In the innermost sanctum of their heart, as well as in every visible phenomenon of the world, they have beheld her divine presence. They saw inside, they saw outside also. They find that that Shakti, same energy is playing both in inside, in mental level, different modification of your mind, and outside also, when it is playing inside the cosmos, the universe, within the galaxies. With the eye of wisdom, they have tasted the bliss of her self-revelation and cosmic play both within and without. They felt their kinship with her and have attained union with her being. That's important. It is not only a matter or an energy. They found some kind of kinship, relationship with that energy. To them, the supreme principle of the universe, the all-conscious Mahashakti, or the supreme person full of power, did not remain indistant. It is not a cold metaphysical truth, not confined in books or papers. It is not cold something. They presented her before the hearts and minds of all men and women as their very own, as a loving father, a tender mother, a playful companion, a charming daughter, the sovereign of sovereigns, an unfailing protector in danger. All those aspects we will see afterwards. We are going to discuss, we'll pick up some portion from a scripture, and we'll see it. We have a warm relationship with that Mahashakti. Through the realization, devotion, and teaching of these sages and great yogis, the primal cause of the universe has ceased to be Durat Suduram. What does it mean? Durat Suduram, far, far away. It is not somewhere in far, far away. But even for the ordinary seekers, for as the scripture declares, Tad-u ihantikecha, Tad-u ihantikecha, he is here, very near. So, if your minds are going outward, always, it is far, far away. But if it is developed some indrawn mood, we will see it is here, very near. So Ranganathanandaji sometimes he used to say that it is not only the ultimate truth, it is intimate truth. So one of the India's so we have found that every soul, if it strives sincerely, has the right and the power to realize the divine in the living reality of everyday life. We can feel that, we can see. One of the India's, the great yogis, we can say yogini also in that term, the daughter of a seer, and the embodiment of the goddess of speech, Bak Devi. Bak is the name, Devi is the goddess. Once experienced through deep meditation the oneness of her with the entire cosmic nature. Out of that supreme realization, there welled forth from her heart a spontaneous stream of sublime, a poetry-laden sukta or utterance, a song radiant with light of divine knowledge. That song of revelation was enshrined in the Rig Veda as the celebrated Devi Sukta or Bak Sukta. Rig Veda is one of the earliest literature of the world. One of the thousands of years ago. A girl, a woman, a yogi, she realized that truth. And when we discuss all those things, we try to contemplate on that, we see what a magnificent ideas that is enshrined there in every line. So we'll try to contemplate. We need some support to discuss. So we'll try to find out some inspiration, and that will help in our spiritual life, in our meditation, how to think with open eyes and with closed eyes. Some of the scholars says, this Devi Sukta is a linking thread between two great traditions. One is Vedic tradition, another is Tantric tradition. In Vedic tradition, we talk about Paramatman, the Supreme Self. And it is in Veda, in the Rig Veda. This sukta is in Rig Veda. But what it is talking about the supreme power, the great mother, the energy, the seed of Tantra. Thus, this sukta stands as the gateway to the Devi Mahatman. If you read Chandi or Devi Mahatma, you will see that you have to read this Devi Sukta first. Then you can start reading. Before you read the Devi Mahatma, that book, you have to recite that one. King Suratha, in that book, we have seen King Suratha and the merchant Samadhi Vaishya worship the supreme power by repeating this very hymn. That was by repeating this hymn, they worship the Divine Mother. We have seen that sukta literally means that which is well or beautifully spoken. Sukta means su bach ta. If you read the grammar, su bach twa. Su means beautifully, bach it is related to speak, and that ta is the suffix. So it means, the term sukta literally means that which is well or beautifully spoken. And there are, in the Veda, we have seen three kinds of suktas, three kinds of hymns. First, they call parakshakrita, or indirect or symbolical mantras. Paraksha, indirect. Second one is direct, like descriptive mantras. You need not to explain that one. It is clear, natural, you can see. And third one, spiritual or inner mantras. It's related to yourself. Some examples. First, indirect or symbolic mantras. Like Aditya Yagyam Tanute, Yagyo Adityam Tanute. Means the sun weaves the sacrifice and the sacrifice weaves the sun. It is indirect. You need some explanation. This does not just describe a ritual or the sun in the sky. It symbolizes the mutual interdependence of cosmic order, that yagya, rita, and the sacrifice, the law of universal reciprocity. Thus, parakshakrita mantras require interpretation. Can you understand quickly? The sun weaves the sacrifice and the sacrifice weaves the sun. You need some interpretation. Interpretation is not clear. So it is called parakshakrita. Krita means composed or made. Composed or made, or paraksha means indirect. Let me give other examples so that when you compare, it will become more clearer to you. Now, Pratyakshakrita. Pratyaksha means direct or descriptive mantras. Pratyaksha means direct, visible or manifest. Usha ayati prathama yotisham vibhavari. What does it mean? Usha means the dawn, that orange, that sky, Usha, before the sunrise. So Usha, the dawn, comes first among the lights, shining brilliantly. So the description is direct and sensory. You do not need any kind of explanation, clear. So it is celebrating a natural event. So this one is Parakshakrita, the direct one. And third one is Adhyatmika. From the sound you already understood. Adhyatmika means spiritual or inner kind of mantras. Adhyatmika means related to the self or Atman or spiritual reality. Example, Ayam Atma Brahma. You are talking about yourself. This self is Brahman or Tat Tamasi. Thou art that. You are talking about your realization, yourself. This is Adhyatmika Sukta. So now you can well understand what this Bhaka Sukta or maybe the Devi Sukta, it falls under the Adhyatmika type. Here, the seer herself sings her own praise, an act of divine revelation. What she felt, she with joy started from her lips, it was started coming out. And Swatmanam Astot, it calls that it act of divine self-revelation. The seer, the rishi of the hymn is the Bhak, the rishi. We sometimes we call also Brahma Vidushi. If he's a male, we call Brahma Bit, Brahma Gyani. And if it's a female, so we call Brahma Vidushi or maybe Rishi. So here, let us start the first mantra. The Devi Sukta reveals that the same supreme truth is realized through two distinct standpoints. So it goes like that. Aham rudravir basubhir charam miham aham aditte ruta vishwadevai aham mitra varunobha bhivar maham aham indragni aham ashrinobha. What does it mean? I move as the Rudras. So you will see there reference of mention of few Vedic goddesses, god and goddesses. They are Rudras, Basus or Basu, Aditya, Vishwadevas, Mitra, Varuna, Indra, Agni, and two Ashwinas. Probably you have heard some of these names. So it is Vedic god. So he's saying, she is saying that I move as the Rudras and the Basus. I move also as the Adityas and the Vishwadevas. I sustain Mitra and Varuna, Indra and Agni, and the twin Ashwinas. Just think. This god realized something, and suddenly, when she thought about the scriptures, she heard of this name of the gods, what Rudra does, what Basus, this is the plural in number. So what they do, what Mitra does, what Varuna does, she felt that it is me. I am working through them. They are not separate entity, gods, mention of gods written in the scriptures. No, same Shakti, same power is working through them as well as through me. Try to connect. When you read, it's me. So, let us go deeper. The Rudra represents the power that draws all multiplicity towards unity. Basubhi, this is plural. Basu, Basubhi. Basubhi. The Basus, the power that manifests unity into multiplicity. to different kind of thing. So as Rudra, I lead the entire cosmos toward oneness, dissolving all diversities into the one, the god of dissolution kind of thing. Rudra in Vedic god. So dissolving all diversities into one. And Basu, I express myself as the manifold world, teeming with infinite variety. Different job, huh? One is oneness, another is multiplicity. Again, the Aditya is the upholder of unity, and the Vishwadeva, the upholder of multiplicity. Have you seen that group? That Ahang, Rudra, Vir, Basubhi, Rudra and Basubo, one pair kind of thing. Then talks about that Aditya and Vishwadeva, one pair, group. Rudra is talking about oneness, and Basu, multiplicity. Aditya is the upholder of unity, the Vishwadeva, the upholder of multiplicity. As Aditya, I gathered the manifest multiplicity into a single integral essence. And Vishwadeva, I became many, yet in every being I abide in full perfection. It goes like that. Mitra and Varuna are the deities of law and order. Mitra presides over the harmony of the outer world, and Varuna governs the discipline of the inner world. So as Mitra and Varuna, I maintain the order and harmony of both the outer and inner realms. Both the material and the spiritual universes move in perfect rhythm through my power. As Mitra, and here as Varuna. Again now Indra and Agni. Indra, the power which remains poised and stable, is called Indra. The power which moves and accomplishes action is Agni. So I exist as both the static and the dynamic energy, the unmoving foundation and the moving force of creation alike. Now, Ashwinas, they are twin gods. The twin Ashwini Kumaras are the lords of the solar and lunar path, Surya Marga and Chandra Marga. They present day and night, Ida and Pingala, the twin channels of life's flow. In Tantra, you may hear these words, Ida, Pingala, Sushumna. The light and darkness, the joy and sorrow, the auspicious and the inauspicious aspects of the universe, all are sustained and balanced by my power. That is the first sloka, first verse. So what does it mean? By my divine powers, I dwell here in countless forms. In Chandi, we'll see, the Devi Mahatma, that countless gods. It's me, my power. Next mantra. Ahang soma mahanasang vibhyang tvastaram utapushanang bhagam ahang dadami dravinam havismate suprabhye yajamanaya sunvate. A literal translation would be, I uphold the mighty Soma. Soma, that word probably you have heard. And who is Soma? The destroyer of foes. I sustain Tvashta, Pushan and Bhaga, some other names. I bestow prosperity upon the sacrificer who offers abundant oblations and performs the Soma sacrifice according to sacred rule. Soma sacrifice is some kind of that Vedic kind of drink kind of thing. So, but with following some rule, you have to do abhishekam. We have to do that worship of Soma. So, now deeper meaning. We found that between the individual being, Jiva and the universe, there is an unceasing process of decay and loss. This Rishi, why she is saying like that? You find everything is, nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. A sense, a element of decay, it is acting throughout the universe. In the inside also. Outside, inside. Now with energy I came, with time, I am not getting that energy. I need another energy drink now for that. Outside, we have started something. A friend came, we started talking. Okay, I have to stop now. My age, it is something, no? The time was prescribed. So a sense of decay outside and inside. So for that we need help. We need your support. So the power that protects beings from the decline and grants continual nourishment is called Soma. Soma. It is not only the liquid drink. That's a spiritual significance of that. So the power that protects beings from this decline and grants continual nourishment is called Soma. While Pushan, so Soma nourishes the world of the inner world, the world of consciousness, inner world. But while Pushan, Soma and Pushan, another name, Pushan nourishes the world of matter, the material world. The inner world, for that, we seek refuge in Soma. That's why Soma was so important. And for the material world, who is that? Pushan. And next part. To every small, now Twashta, some names we found, Twashta and Pushan. Now, Twashta we got. So, to every small or great thing, the power that gives its form and distinctness is Twashtva. Sometimes we call Vishwakarman also, Vishwakarma. The Twashta is a Vedic name, Vishwakarma is more familiar name. So he is the chief architect of God, of that of heaven, that kind of thing. He's the God, architect God, that kind of thing. So what is his role? You see, fine role. What is fine? This is chair. Why it is chair? It has a shape and it has a certain utility. It is distinct from table. Both are maybe wood, made of wood, but it is a distinct form and utility. Who gives that? Twashta. So, to every small or great thing, the power that gives its form and distinctness is Twashta, the cosmic artificer, the Vishwakarma. And Bhaga, the Lord of radiance and fortune, grants to the spiritual aspirant the fruits of his endeavor. Bhargo devasya dhimahi, sometimes we call. In this world, some possess wealth but lack generosity. Others are generous by nature but live in poverty. But blessed is he who possesses abundance and offers it freely for the good of the world. His birth alone is truly meaningful. You need wealth and generosity. If you lack one, you cannot work happily. You cannot live happily. You need the both things. Likewise, the later part of the verse, it says, the sacrificer, the yajamana, who is doing the worship, that person, and in modern context, the karmas, you do some work. Everyone is doing some kind of work. And here, in the sense of sacrifice, I am doing for the benefit of the world. Thus, your ordinary work will become a yajna, a sacrifice, no? When you do for somebody. How beautiful. A few days ago, Jane Goodhill is the name, Godhill, she passed away. And one of her interview was circulated widely. So she was saying, you see, you have to give attention to every kind of work you are doing. Because whatever you are doing, it is related to the world. So whatever you are doing, be attentive to that, so that it can contribute to the world. So this idea we call yajna, that idea was some kind of relation with the cosmos. with the world. Individual and collective, that two aspects are there. So anyhow, the sacrificer who with strength and devotion performs the sacred acts regularly and with due discipline receives from me prosperity in accordance with his aspiration. You are doing good work, you are doing some job, but are you doing with strength and devotion? Are we doing with discipline? If you do that, so I am here to give you prosperity in accordance with your aspiration. That is me. If his desire is for enjoyment, I grant enjoyment. If for heaven, I grant heaven. And if for liberation, I bestow liberation itself. Whatever you want, you will get that. In Chandi, it is declared also, when worshipped, she bestows upon men enjoyment, heaven, and liberation. In Chandi, we see in Devi Mahatma. Aradhita saiva nidam bhoga swarga apavargada. Enjoyment, heaven, or mukti. Do with strength and devotion and with discipline, whatever you are doing. So thus, the second mantra reveals that the supreme power, the benevolent mother, protects her children from decay, nourishes them, gives form to every object, and rewards each true seeker according to his worth. She alone is one, yet assuming many forms, she nurtures herself in myriad ways through her own manifestation. So, he is the giving our form also. So, we are individual. So, whatever we are, have faith on, we should have faith on ourselves. We are distinct. So, who made that? Made us distinct. It is Twashta, the mother herself. Mother herself. So, good, if you think deeper and deeper, you will find more light. It is not an ordinary kind of mantra. For thousands of years, the seekers of truth, they are chanting. So first start as a ritual, then go deeper. What we are chanting every day for last 50 years? Third mantra. Aham Rashtri Sangamani Basunang Chikitushi Prathama Yagyanam Tangma Deva Bedadhu Purutra Bhuristhatrang Bhuriya Veshantim. I am the sovereign of the state, the queen of the powers that sustain the people. Probably then her mind, in her mind, the thought of the Rashtra, the kingdom of the state, it entered. Then he found, no, she is just ordinary king of the material world, or the queen of the material world. But the Devi, the goddess, I am the sovereign of the state, the queen of the powers that sustain the people, through the queens and kings also. It is it is not that, previously she was talking about the gods and goddesses. It is in mortal world also. So who is governing? So through them, me, I am working. If you see some kind of extraordinary prowess or skill, it is you, O Mother, or here, me. I am the knower, the foremost among those worthy of worship. The gods have established me in many places, in many forms do I pervade the worlds. So I am the ruler of the nations, the sovereign power that governs and protects the realm. Whatever wealth and resources are required for the preservation of the kingdom, I am their dispenser. For the attainment of peace in the world, the knowledge is required. And I know the supreme knowledge, the knowledge of that Brahman. Thou one, I manifest as many, entering into all beings, I dwell within them in countless forms. All the divine powers, that is Devas, who perform various acts of goodness, accomplish their purposes through me and for me alone. There's a beautiful, these gods, also, they established me in many places. Means in different places of the world, with a different name, we worship God and goddesses. Here something, in Africa something, in Latin America something, in Arab something, no? Different. So, in scripture there is a beautiful line, Akashat patitang toyang yatha gacchati sagaram. So, it says, just as every drop, and it was related to Keshava. So, here the same, idea is the same. So, just as every drop of rain that falls from the sky eventually reaches the sea. Fourth mantra. Mayaso annamatti yo vipashyati yah praniti ya ing srinottuktam amantovo ma mangta upakshiyanti sudhishruta shraddhivang te badami. By me does he eat food. He means he or she, the human being. It's through me. By me does he eat food. By me does he sees. By me does he breathe. Does he breathe? By me does he hear what is spoken. Those who fail to know me thus fall into decline. Hear, O noble friend. With faith and attention, listen to the truth I now declare to you. The truth attained through long discipline and realization. So he's saying, we'll understand if you heard of this line in Kena Upanishad, that Shrotrasya Shrotrang Manaso Manojat Bacho Habachang Sau Pranasya Pranaha Chakshus Chakshuhu. What does it mean? That he is the ear behind hearing. He's talking about Supreme Self. The mind behind thought. And the word behind speech. He is the vital power behind life and the light behind sight. So that Paramatman is there. That's why it is I am hearing. He is the he who is the ear of the ear in that sense. The mind of the mind, the speech of speech. So that's why through me, whatever you are experiencing now, it's through me. I am there as a substratum. If you do not say, those who do not recognize the divine power, what will happen? Amantavo mangte upakshiyanti. If you do not know, okay. But there's a danger of decline. But when you know, you will get the strength. So I am not alone. I have a deeper existence there. This form may go, but as my true sense, I will be always here. So he's saying, Amantavo mangti upakshiyanti. Those who know me not, who fail to recognize me as the source of all sensory power, fall into decay. So they decline, becoming depleted and remain deprived, bound within the cycle of worldly existence. We remain as a worldly creature. From the Brihadaranyaka and the Kena, 2 verses are there. It will help you to understand what does she mean there. Brihadaranyaka saying, the Yagyavalkya, the sage Yagyavalkya, he told this to Gargi. What is that? Yova etat aksharang gargi aviditva asmat lokat praiti sa kripanaha. He who departs from this world without knowing the imperishable is truly pitiable. Without knowing, we came to know here. Whatever you can, try to know. If you know the real self, you will be the most, your this birth will become a success. And it is a positive kind of thing. And negative side also, in Kena Upanishad told, Iha chet avedit atha satyam asti. If one comes to this knowledge here in this life, the one truly exists. If not, na chet iha avedit mahati vinashti. But if one fails to know it here, great is the loss. Two things. If you, in this life, you can attain, if you attain that knowledge, it is good. Then one truly exists. This birth is, it becomes, it gets the success. If not, it is your loss. So, okay. Thus, in the fourth mantra teaches that the Divine Mother is not only the governing power of the vast universe, but also the inner controller of this little human frame. He who does not know this truth decays from day to day. Therefore, it is one's sacred duty to know it. It is our duty. Fifth mantra. So, Ahameva swayamidam vadami justang devebhi rutamanusevhi yang kamaye tang tamugrang kirnomi tang brahmanang tam rishing tang sumedham. Now about the success. If you don't feel deprived, don't feel that dull, you are not dull, go to the mother, ask for strength, energy. So this is saying that I myself utter this word. In next mantra, it is the fifth. I myself utter this word, cherished like by gods and by men, whomsoever I will, I make mighty. I make him a Brahma, I make him a seer, I make him wise. The knowledge without which there can be no peace is sought by both gods and men, knowingly or unknowingly. We are working. You are also doing, maybe unknowingly. All beings are engaged in the search of Brahman. That is, you are here. All the good things you are doing, knowingly or unknowingly, we are in search of this supreme truth that we call Brahman. Through the fruits of their spiritual effort, they come to know me, and having known me, they speak again of me. Now, I myself declare my own true nature. This is not the speech of one who has realized through practice, but the utterance of the self itself. Therefore, listen with one-pointed attention. So, there are three words, beautiful words. So, I make them, tam ugram karomi, we make them the best among men. Among the human being, I make them the best, ugram, the best. Then Brahmanam, it is me who appointed Brahma, the creator of the world. And last one, tam rishim, and the seer of the truth. And Sumedham, about the Sumedham, Medha. Do you know? Have you heard the Medha word? Medha, Shayana, the Shayana Acharya Shayan, the great commentator, he wrote that Sumedha means of noble or auspicious intelligence. Intelligent, we are intelligent good. That intelligence is good. But whether it is auspicious or not. So, the term Medha signifies that higher faculty of understanding by which one comprehends the essence and inner purport of all the scriptures. What the heart of scripture says, not the word even. Marma, they call Sarva Shastra Marma. The marma, the heart of scriptures, you can perceive, you can understand if you have that Sumedha, not only Medha, Sumedha, auspicious intelligence. So I give them. Next one, sixth. Ahang rudraya dhanura tanomi brahma dvishe sharave hantavau ahang janaya samadang krinam miham deva prithibhi avivesha. So he told, she told here, I string and stretch the mighty bow of Rudra. That's a story. The story he says that a Puranic, a story, just like a story. So it says that a demon, a mighty demon called Tarakasura, he had three sons. One Tarakaksha, Kamalaksha, and Bidun Mali. Little bit of story now. Small story. So, for them, the demon architect Maya Danava, he is a demon architect, constructed three fortresses, one of gold in heaven, of gold, one fortress, one of silver in the Antariksha, in the mid region, in the sky, and one of iron on earth, in the Martaloka. So, the three Asuras obtained a boon from Brahma that they would be invincible to all except one who could destroy the three fortresses simultaneously with a single arrow. None other could slay them. That was their boon. So, they are living in three different fortresses. That was the boon. So, what happened? A Puranic story. There is a great problem, great chaos. So, it was Rudra. In the destined time, Rudra destroyed these three fortresses, Tripura, with a single arrow and slew their inhabitants, means the demons. So, with a single arrow, he did that. Now, in Devi Sukta, what is saying? I string. I was the power behind. I string and stretch the mighty bow of Rudra, the power of dissolution, and direct it against those who are enemies of truth, those who oppose the realization of Brahman. So, these demons not outside, they are here, inside. No, they oppose the realization of Brahman. Those who are hostile to divine wisdom, the eternal knowledge that liberates, for the protection of the virtuous, for the safety of those who walk the path of right, path of light, I take up arms and wage the divine war. The welfare of the seeker is my sacred vow. You see, what a spirit, no? It is I that I take up arms and wage the divine war. So, seek refuge in Mother. And same thing in Bhagavad Gita, when the Krishna is the Sarathi, the driver, the charioteer. You need not to worry. I have entered, the last part, I have entered both heaven and earth, that is to say, as the indwelling controller, as the Antaryamini. I am there, permeated through this universe. 7th mantra. Aham suber pitaramasya murdhan mama yonir apswanta samudre tato vitishte bhuvanani vishwa tvamung dhyan varshmana upasprishami. This is a beautiful one. So here we found two explanations. So what does it mean? Let me read. It says that I gave birth even to this world's father, the creator. I gave birth. My womb lies hidden with the waters of the boundless ocean of consciousness. From thence I pervade all the worlds. The heaven above and the earth beneath stand firm, for they are sustained by my touch. So here, my first thing is, I gave birth even to the world's father. So it has also two meanings. In traditional scriptures, we found do pita. The words is there, do loka. The luminous sky. Why it is luminous sky? That before the creation, it was from that sky, it had that how to say, akasha. You have the idea of akasha also, no? From the akasha, that it was the matter, the first matter. From that akasha, that everything came out. In that it was that had that potential of creating this universe. So I am the mother of that akasha, of the sky, the duloka, the luminous sky there. And if you forget about that part, if you think about father of the creation, you can, it is Brahma. No? You can, in a Puranic term, if you want to use, not Vedic term is Do, Duloko, that luminous sky, Akasha. In Purana, same thing, that called Brahma, the creator of the universe. So, I am the mother of Brahma. In both the way you can describe. And there is another subtle. Sayana, that the great commentator, he is saying that what is the Duloka? I have brought forth the Duloka, the celestial or luminous world, which stands above this Bhuloka, this earthly plane. This is Bhuloka, that is Duloka. The Brahman consciousness, that is Brahma Chaitanya, which abides within the field of intellect, that is Buddhi Vritti, pervading the Supreme Self, is indeed my causal principle, that is the source or locus of my manifestation. So, two things are there, that the field of manifestation, the from where it is, one is, two explanation is about it is okay. So my yoni, my cause. Where is the cause of me? And me as cause, two. So me as cause. So I am the mother of Brahma, or maybe the Duloka. And another explanation may be that my cause. Where is the my cause? So, Sayana is saying very beautifully, he is saying that in the Buddhi Vritti, in your dhi, in your buddhi, in your dhi, if it is pervading the Supreme Self, if your buddhi is become so fine, three kinds of buddhi, one is Sattvika buddhi, Rajasika buddhi, and Tamasika buddhi. If you read Gita, three kinds of buddhi, three kinds of intellect. If you understand what is the, if you understand everything very clearly, then it is Sattvika buddhi. The Gita says, that which knows the paths of work and renunciation, who understand very clearly, right and wrong action, fear, the cause of fear and cause of fearlessness, the cause of bondage and the cause of liberation, O Partha, that intellect I call Sattvika. Clear understanding. If you do not have the clear understanding, it is Rajasika. If you understand the opposite idea, the contrary, then it is Tamasika. When the Sattvika buddhi, when it is continuously thinking about that, about God or the truth, it get purified. It become purified. So in that pure dhi, suddenly you get that flash of the truth. So where is mother? So mother will born in your buddhi. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you continuously thinking about these lofty ideals, what is Brahman, what is Atman, what is the cause of the universe? So Sattvika buddhi, it was Sattvika. Then it get that purity, that subtlety. It has the capacity to understand the finest truth. So from that, in the Buddhi Vritti, ocean of your intellect, suddenly a form or maybe a flash of light will come. That is mother. So with the last sloka, I will conclude. Ahameva bata iba prabhamya rabhamana bhuvanani vishwa paro diva paro ena prithibhai tabati mahima sambhabhuva. Said that I, while bringing forth all the worlds into existence, move freely like the wind. I am creating, but I am free as wind. I transcend both the heavenly and the earthly realms. By the power of my own greatness, I myself have become all these, the entire expanse of manifested world. So that was the last mantra, is saying that she is Jagat Atita and Jagat Rupa. He is beyond, he transcends this, she transcends all this universe, what is created. But at the same time, she is the world. One is Jagat Atita, which is beyond this world, like a wind, free. And at the same time, everything, whatever you are, that is the we have read. No? If you talk about Twashta, Mitra, Varuna, Indra, Agni, the gods, even the king or queen, everything, it's me, my power. That was. So, there's a beautiful that verse. Tvameva sukshma sthula tvang vyakta swarupini nirakara pisakara kastvang veditum arhati. In the Mahanirvana Tantra, the sage, he at the end realized whatever we have discussed, whatever we have wrote in this book, the sage is saying that thou alone, O primordial power, art both subtle and gross, manifest and unmanifest. Thou formless, thou appearest with form, who indeed can comprehend thee. So, with this prayer, that may these reflections, whatever we thought on Mother, awaken in every heart a vision of unity, the ekatvam, reverence, the respect, to the glory, the understanding to the great Divine Mother, and the divine strength. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace.
Good morning, everybody. I have a couple of announcements. The first announcement, our new book, Stories of the Vedanta Monks, Volume 2 has come out. If you are interested, you can buy it from our bookshop. Second announcement, on the 20th of October this month, that is Monday, we have Kali Puja retreat. 6 to 9, there will be a retreat. Generally, this kind of retreat for the members, but those who are non-members, they can also come, but they must inform beforehand. You can inform our office, our secretary, or me, or Swami Nishpapananda. 6 to 9, there will be a program, there will be meditation, singing, then there will be a talk on the Divine Mother Kali, and then we serve prasad in the evening, supper we serve 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9. I call it mini retreat. There are my two announcements. And our October bulletin is out. You can see it in our website. Next two Sundays I shall